Hello, welcome to another episode of Jake's Metal Chat. I don't know why I did that. Got another band on today. There's two members of one band. They're from Stevenage, and you're probably thinking, what, like those sort of places wouldn't have a metal scene. Well, they do have a metal scene because I can name another band from that place as well, called Negative Thought Process. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to message them now. And well, hopefully they Testament today. Got this one. They came through here back in March. Got to meet two of my favourite members on the band. Well, I love all the members. Chuck Billy, of course, one of the greatest vocalists in the thrash metal scene, as well as countless others. But the two I was most excited about meeting was June Hoagland and Steve DiGiorgio. That was amazing. Might take a while for my guests to join. Just keep talking, I guess. About the radio show that I'm going to be doing, it's basically not going to be like this. I mean, obviously, you're going to see my face on camera, and then you're going to see every song we're going to sing, stuff like that. But I don't want to talk too much about it, just in case if I don't actually get it done. I'm just filling up with some of this. I had one can already. That's a good bit. Okay. Further updates for my channel. We'll see videos because I've got plenty more CDs. I may do one where I just show you what's in there instead of taking some out and just showing it up to the camera. I'll be doing some of those anyway, but I might as well show you how it's all in alphabetical order and everything, as well as more metal chat videos while I'm still trying to get more guests. I got some confirmed, some kind of confirmed, some that I'm not too sure about this yet, but yeah, just wait on my guests because well, one of them was watching the football, and obviously football is now happening again. Just give him another bell. What else was I going to say? Yeah, I haven't really been doing very much else with my time, except for a lot of you probably don't know. I might have mentioned it in my older videos, which are no longer on my channel because I'm trying to base it more around music. I'm part of a community theatre, and I had to do a monologue for what I've been doing since the lockdown and things that I hope to gain and the things that I fear and things that I've been missing since this lockdown. It's not going to be on this channel. So far, I have no participants as of yet. Well, thank you for those actually tuning into these videos, because well, without you tuning in, then probably won't make any more of these. Well, obviously, maybe starting things back up again tomorrow or whenever. So doing these may be a bit of a problem. Well, free time for these will be a bit different, obviously, because I need to sort out my driving lessons and do my theory test and driving test and get myself a van, start my business up, Okay, maybe they haven't Just checking a minute. Well, I hope. Well, I did tell him it was going to be here on the Zoom meeting. That's what I've been doing most of these. Most of them anyway. I did it with DSL Custom, Scaris, Chris from Internal Bleeding, Kerry from Solifus / Spectral, no, Sepulchre Curse. I said Spectral Voice, great band by the way. I'm trying to get them on the bill. Maybe they're just trying to sort out on their phone or something, but maybe I'll have to do it via Facebook Live if this doesn't go ahead. Okay, I might as well mention the whole radio thing. Well, someone that I know from my old band days, my first ever band, which we were called Half Past Dead, which was a mixture of Metallica and the Ramones, if you would believe that. And one of the songs we actually covered in our band was Blitzkrieg Bob. Blitzkrieg Bob. Oh, God. Just trying to get things out and about. Don't think they even seen the messages. Again, I'd like to thank Cam for giving me the idea to do this. Okay, the messages have been sent. He just hasn't seen them. Was listening to their EP today, which is called Tear Out My Eyes. Yeah, Tear My Eyes Out, even. I was pretty close with the title, and I just turned my volume down on my iTunes for no reason because I was trying to get it up. Just checking other things. You probably heard me mention my folk metal band, Aventel. We are working on the EP at the moment. Can't really say too much because, well, got nothing to update you on in terms of what's been recorded and what hasn't been recorded yet. Things will pick up eventually because we're trying to get the band going. As for Herbicidal, working on some stuff. We were going to be playing a gig, but we've had to pull out. And I was actually looking forward to doing the gig. Unless I can get another one of my bands to do that slot, but it depends if we're going to be doing indoor gigs, because I know outdoor gigs have been given the go-ahead here for 2 days' time. Well, yeah, guys. Well, one of the guests I'm talking to is also named Jake, and he's the drummer of the band that I'm going to be talking to today. And of course, the band that I'm talking about, the guys I'm talking to, and talking about is Jackal's Backbone, which I probably just mentioned already. Of course, and okay, Becca's just. Jake's gone for Waz, or as you said, a piddle. Well, we might as well talk stupid crap on here. Like back. Should have started this a little bit later, but whatever. So to repeat, thank you for tuning in. Okay, Becca's just seen. I like below emitter. Let's see how we go. Because they're using a mobile. Camera view. There we go. Get your camera up. I know she is. Just about to.
Hey!
Hey! I was just about to tell you to turn your camera on.
It's just over there.
Oh, he's gone off for a piss, has he? Oh,
Wait,
so
what
first
station
it was the
over there,
football,
my
now it's a
phone?
piss. God, he's useless.
Ah,
He's useless. Welcome to
how are you,
Metal
Jake?
Chat. Yeah, I'm good.
Right.
I'm
Not
good.
you.
Welcome to Metal Chat, episode 9.
Oi, come here.
I'm eating a sandwich.
Come over here. Don't care.
Oh, get it. Look, you can eat on my show. It's okay. You can drink. You can just about do anything. There he is.
I'm so sorry, I'm eating a sandwich.
I'm eating a sandwich.
I'm eating a sandwich. And,
You okay, Jake?
yeah, I'm all good. Just saying, welcome to Jake's Metal Chat, episode 9.
Nice.
You are the ninth guest.
Very, I'll let you know, I'm a little bit tipsy.
It's all good. I'm getting there myself.
we went to, it's the first time we've been to the pub in 4 months.
I haven't been to the pub at all.
No,
So I'm avoiding them.
We didn't go to the Weatherspoons. I will not spend my money at the Weatherspoons.
No, not
We just went to a local pub. We just went to a local pub around the corner, the small little pub.
Yeah, well, I need you to go to the Griffin, but obviously John won't be open until about September, October, which is all good.
It's not good, but it's probably the best idea.
Probably it's the best idea for now. I'm seeing him tomorrow anyway because I've ordered some stuff.
What annoys me is the gyms are reopened soon.
Yeah, and now on the 11th of July, like
thing it really annoys me,
performances will be.
Jake, what annoys me? Why is it they can reopen the gyms and the pubs, but not the fucking venues?
Beats me. I don't know. It's bizarre. It's very, very bizarre, and I'm drinking punk.
Hey, I got Heineken.
Well, I bought a bunch of Brewdog stuff, so yeah. For anyone who is watching this on the YouTube lands who don't know who these two are, this is Becca and this is Jake. And Jackal's back. And they're from Stevenage, like I mentioned earlier. While I was waiting for them to get on, it's his fault. He's watching the football.
Fuck's sake, joke.
It was a crap game as well.
I know, it wasn't worth it.
Well, look, there was a time I watched football and played it, but not so much these days.
Who did you support?
Back in the day, for one of them was Arsenal. I know. For you, I know.
I'm Spurs, so
yeah, me and my brother used to support Man United.
That's right. My dad used to be a big supporter of them.
And I used to be a really good goalkeeper when I was at school.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then a mate of mine I hadn't seen in such a long time took over. And I was like, wow, I just been booted. But then we played against a primary school. I can't remember which one. I wasn't in the game until the second half, but we won anyway. It was like 19-2, I think.
How old are you, Jake?
28.
28. Same age as you.
Hey!
Primary school from like the late 90s to the early 2000s, and then secondary school from early 2000s to about late 2000s. So there you go.
So, what are you drinking there, Jake?
You did say.
I showed you the cat.
I know, you did.
I've had a few beers.
We're going to have fun on this episode today, people.
It's going to be good.
Might as well have some fun. And you're drinking what? Foster's? Well, that's it.
I got Heineken.
Heineken, that's all right. Foster's, not so much. I've had it. There was a time where I liked Foster's, but then, I don't know, my tastes kind of changed.
That's fair.
Like the first thing there, I'm like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to.
So,
books of metal and anything else. What were you going to say, Jake?
Jake, I was going to ask you a question.
Yeah, go on. You can ask me questions.
What's your favourite metal album this year so far?
Favourite metal album this year?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough question. How many have been out so far?
Not a lot. Well,
not a lot. I'm just trying to remember. I'm just trying to think now.
One of my favourites of this year has to be the new Paradise Lost album.
Oh, I haven't heard that yet. Is it any good?
It's good.
Really, really good. I just literally, I'll tell you what I got through the post today.
What's that?
I got the new Devastator album today through the post.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
I don't know if do you like that. You obviously saw Devastator with us in Bristol.
Yeah.
I bought that. I got their album. I pre-ordered it, and it came today. I haven't listened to it yet, but I can imagine it's going to be fucking
yeah.
good.
Well, if I'm going to pick favourite albums, well, I'm wearing the T-shirt.
Testament.
Testament. Yeah.
That's brilliant. I haven't got it on CD on YouTube, but I'm gonna buy the CD.
Yeah, sometimes because you're like me, Jake. You're like me and Becca. We like buy CDs, but sometimes money always gets involved. And
Well, it always gets involved.
Well, and another favourite album of mine is DS Holocaustum's album.
Right?
This year, DS Holocaustum. DS Holocaustum. Here, Bristol band. One of my favourite albums.
That's really cool.
Negative Thought Processes EP that they released this year.
Oh yeah, the drummer.
I mentioned them earlier while I was with you guys. Like, wow, there's an Stevenage band, because I said there's not very much of it. Is there much of it seen in Stevenage? Or not really?
Yeah, you got the Red Lion, which holds like metal bands and punk bands.
Yeah, in Stevenage. And then
in Stevenage, but it's more about the Stevenage scene's good, but the Hitchin scene's better, which is only down the road from us.
Oh, right.
Where we played Club 85, where we got to the finals of Metal to Masses and stuff, and it's a very good venue. There's a lot of good bands there. You've got some local bands that I could mention is Dorilus, Earthbound, Spectral Darkwave, Ritual. Who else? You can mention a few others.
Black Skull Ritual.
Black Skull Ritual. Brilliant.
Cool.
You've got who else? We've got they're not really local, but you've got oh my God. The thing that loves you.
Which one?
Raise the Void.
Oh yeah, they're
Raise
really
the
good.
Void.
Yeah.
Wicked. 13 as well.
Good.
13 are pretty good. They played Bloodstock a few years back.
Yeah.
Who else? Everest Queen as well.
Oh yeah.
They're a good band. Fucking awesome band.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, as I say, that there's the scene we've got in Stevenage / Hitchin is pretty good.
That's good.
But we love just going. Well, when we played Bristol twice at the Griffin, we kind of felt loved. Like everyone seemed to enjoy.
There's a big scene here in Bristol.
There's a nice.
The Bristol scene is brilliant. Like when we played the first time we played Bristol, was a little bit nervous, weren't we?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So we got down there and we played in front of you guys, and then the second time we played with Devastator and Hellfected.
Oh yeah.
That was I love that gig.
That was amazing. I'd love to relive it.
And I keep on talking to Gav Davis, and he said he's going to try and sort another show out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it won't be. Obviously, it won't be till next year because the whole pandemic thing.
Yeah, well, I'll try and get Herbicidal to play with you guys.
Oh, that'd be great.
So some stoner doom death metal with
that'd be cool.
Thrash death or
well, we love playing gigs, don't we? So we go anywhere. So.
You can play with my folk metal band as well. So there you go.
Yes, definitely.
Because I know you guys like folk metal as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What's the other folk band? A Talk.
Yeah. I got a patch
because they played last year. They played Beermageddon.
Yeah, because I was just about to mention Beermageddon as well. Because the first time I saw you guys was Beermageddon.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, 2018.
Yeah, because I saw Simon chatting to you, and I was like, "Who's Simon chatting to?" And I was like,
"Oh yeah,
these guys are cool."
I remember that because Simon bumped into us, and Greg was like talking to people till about that was on the Friday. No, was it on Saturday or Friday? And he told us about.
Might have been the Friday.
Yeah, it was the Friday. It was the night before, I think it was. And then he came up to us just before about an half hour. He remembered who we were, and he came up to us. Simon. He was like, "You all right?" And he was like, "We're nervous." He goes, and he was like, "You'll be fine."
You'll be fine.
And then we played. And I forget when Simon turned around and said to me, "You told me you guys were nervous." And I just remember that. And he was like, "You guys were great. So how can you be, if you play like that when you're nervous, what you play like when you're not nervous?" But I remember that was a great weekend. Face Up played a good show. Face Up were brilliant that weekend as well.
Yeah, because the first time I went to that festival, it was 2015.
Bloody hell.
Do you
First
think
time
it's
I
going to
went.
go? Do you think it's going to go on this year?
That's what I was just about to ask you. Do you think it's going to go ahead?
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
But no. A ball part of this show is you can ask me questions, whereas me asking you.
I
questions.
think we got tickets. We got tickets for
I
this
got
year.
my ticket, obviously.
Yeah, our tickets are over there. We got tickets. I have to thank Emil for that because Emil got us tickets and I've.
Oh, Emil.
Yeah, he saved us. We were lifesavers. He was a
Emil is a legend.
He's a legend. He was a lifesaver. He literally got us tickets, and obviously we paid him.
Yeah.
But it was really. He came down for Becca's birthday. He stayed in at mine.
No,
didn't
he did.
I did. Last time I saw him was in Sheffield because it was HRH Vikings. Because I went to the Dove and Rainbow in Sheffield, and he was there, and I was like, I think he called me, just shouted at me, or I shouted at him, going, Emil. He went, Jay. I was like, ah. I was like, I got mistaken for him a bunch of times. I like being again because we look very similar.
You got the hair and
the hair. Well, he's taller than me.
The thing is, I'm hoping that it is on this year.
Yeah. I'm hoping as well because me and Heather got our tickets and we're.
We got our tickets as well. No, our guitarist Sam's got tickets as well.
Oh, he has, yeah.
Greg couldn't make it this year because he was too busy doing his job, so he couldn't really get out of it. But with the whole coronavirus going around, and they're saying there's going to be a second wave, and I think if you want my opinion, what hurts the most is that Wheel Going Bloodstock has obviously been cancelled.
Yeah, till next year.
Wacken was cancelled. Hellfest was cancelled.
A lot of things were cancelled.
And and it really hurt because me and Becca bought tickets to go, and we actually bought tickets to go and see Nervosa this month in London.
Yeah.
Oh, Nervosa, yeah,
we got a message
amazing.
yesterday. We got a message yesterday that it's been postponed until next year now.
Yeah.
They've done that with UK Death Fest as well because they got Autopsy headlining it, and that was going to be my first time this year seeing them, and I got to wait until next year.
Oh, sucks, doesn't it?
And also they had Massacre on the bill, which is another American band. You know,
it sucks.
I was going to see Cam Lee on stage just going like yes.
It sucks, but
that was my worst Cam Lee impression.
It sucks, but it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. I mean, a lot of bands like us are losing money, but there's nothing else we can do. We had 4 shows booked. We had 5 shows. We did one of the shows in February with Gutlocker in London. They're brilliant.
Yeah, so
we
good.
played with them in London, and then we had another 4 shows booked. We was in the middle of recording our album. I did the drums, Becca did the bass, Greg did some of the guitar.
Yep.
And then we was in the middle doing that, and then obviously we had more shows. We was trying to sort out an album launch, and then lockdown happened, and then all our gigs got cancelled. Our recording got cancelled. Yeah, and then our recording got cancelled for the album, and we were like,
that was awful.
But at the end of the day, people might get really judgmental on the album, but it was the way it was. It wasn't the studio's fault. It wasn't it wasn't anyone else's fault.
No, it's no one's fault. It's just this virus, which if you put 2 and 2 together, it's like, oh, we called it coronavirus. You do realise that's a drink.
Yeah, Corona.
There's Corona Extra. You put a little lime on the bottle. It's like, well, you can't put it in the bottle.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Well, Jake's buggered off. What's he doing? Getting fish and chips? Let's get some fish and chips.
He's answering the door to our mate. Come in.
We've got a mate joining. We can have special guests.
Yeah, he's come to join us for a few bevies.
As long as I'm not online.
That's
He'd have to go online.
You don't have. We can hear you, boys. It's all good.
He can hear you.
I can hear you.
But yeah, as I say, that as the whole coronavirus is like pretty much killed the whole gigs. If you want to go for a cigarette, you can open the door and you can go out there. But yeah, as I say, like the whole coronavirus has sort of fucked everything up for all of us.
Yeah.
As in, like, gigging. We can't even practice. Well, practice rooms are open, but we don't know when we're going to go back.
Yeah, I'm wondering that with Avintel. We don't know when we're going to meet up again to practice.
Well, because we're worried about our guitarist Sam. He's brilliant, but he worries a lot about stuff, and he's like, I don't know if I want to go back yet. And we want to make sure that our band are all 100% to go back. You know, we can't force anyone to go back. So.
No, you can't do that.
Where's the crate?
Can't do that.
Okay.
Oh, you got it. Oh.
But yeah, as I say, like it's a bit
still a bit up in the air.
But at the end of the day, like, you know, it's fine. We got a few things to announce, but we can't. I can't say nothing. But we got a few things to announce.
Well, you did say you're working on that album. That's all I really need to know.
The album is going to go back to hopefully we've spoke about August time. Hopefully.
So look out for that, people.
Not for release, but as in to finish it off. But
just finish it off.
We were going to release it October time, but it's not going to happen until next year now, because obviously with the whole coronavirus thing.
Yeah, of course.
We've got a few music videos that we want to do. As I say, like a couple of weeks ago, Tear My Eyes Out was 2 years old, and we released a new video for Tear My Eyes Out, which was the anniversary.
Yep.
Which was the lyric video on YouTube and stuff. But it's pretty. It just sucks that we can't go back on stage and just play. You know.
I just miss gigs. I miss gigs. I miss seeing people. And
it's really sad.
Sucks.
It really sucks. But I think as a band, I think someday we're all meeting up for the first time.
I think so. Yes.
As a band.
Oh. Yeah.
Not band practicing tonight. No, we're not band practicing. We're just going to go over. I think we're meeting up in Hitchin, and we're going to go over the field and do like the whole 2 meter distance and stuff. And that.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not good. Well, I'm hopefully meeting up with Alex, who's the vocalist in Avondale. Well, mate / vocalist, should I say? Mate first, bandmate second. Hopefully, going to meet up at his house. He lives in a place called Bedminster here, so I can just walk there. Plus, it's all good. Plus, I can get we split like beers. So he bought half, I bought half, and I got to go pick him up. Oh.
But yeah,
that's what we want this show.
You know, you're a musician, aren't you? So you know how it sucks.
I play guitar, bass, drums.
Yeah, but you know how. Sorry, Becca. You know what annoys me? It sucks that you can't practice.
No, it sucks. Well,
practicing from home's okay, but it's not with your band. Is it?
I've been recording a Doom song, which I'm hopefully going to finish soon. It's a lot of things.
I haven't been here for the last 2 days. sorry, I wasn't ignoring you. Sorry, Ez.
No, it's probably some.
Becca's going to the toilet.
That's all good.
She's broke the seal when we was in the pub.
Toilet.
Oh no!
With a survival blanket.
I don't know. What did
you do with it?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, you sausage. Don't
worry.
I'll go and I'll bring it.
Also, another contender for this new album this year, it has been the Lamb of God's new album.
Oh, I haven't heard it yet.
It's really good. Becca bought it. She bought the signed copy by Lamb of God. She actually bought it from, but it's really, really good. Really good. It's really heavy. It's Lamb of God though.
Well, once they keep it heavy, that's all right with me.
Yeah, man.
So, one thing I'd like to ask you: what got you into metal in the first place?
Wow. What got into metal?
Yeah, or music just in general. Like, where does your journey begin?
I will say the person that my dad got me into metal. You know, I was about. I'm 36 now, so I was about 10. And my dad was into like Discharge and all that punk stuff. And
I do like Discharge.
Oh, they're fucking great.
And Amoebics and bands like that.
And Entombed and stuff like that. So basically, I was about 10 years old, and my dad's friend called Kryn is in a band called Mesa Vagos, and so good. And I was about 10 years old, and my dad used to get these tapes from my dad's mate Kryn. And it was all black metal, death metal, metal, Motorhead. And one of the first bands I remember was Motorhead. Yep.
They're one of the first metal bands I saw live.
Oh, amazing. And I remember my favourite album at the time, it was in 94. No, I was about 94. And my dad introduced me to Vulgar Display of Power by Pantera.
Nice.
and I fell in love. I was literally about 11 years old.
Yeah, yeah. I got
It's
into
me,
metal at
and
11.
he played me the whole album, and I was like, wow, you know, what an album this is. And then my dad showed me the album by Motorhead called Bastards. I love that album to this day. And I love Bold Display of Power to this day. And then my dad showed me
I have it.
and then my dad showed me AC/DC, which I still love. Then he showed me Black Sabbath, Metallica, and then and my dad showed me Faith No More.
Yep.
And it just went from there. And my mum was into like David Bowie.
Yeah, I got one of his albums, Space Odyssey.
Yeah. And my mum showed me, and then she was into like Ozzy Osbourne as well, and all that stuff, you know. And then, but Becca, he wants to know about you as well.
Yeah. What got you into metal? Where does your journey lie? Where did your journey begin? Sorry, what am I saying?
I suppose it was my parents that started off in the rock sort of era. So my dad was into, well, he still is, into AC/DC.
Gotta love AC/DC.
Thin Lizzy.
Yep, love Thin Lizzy.
Led Zeppelin.
Yep, gotta love Led
Pink
Zeppelin.
Floyd.
Yep, Pink Floyd. Obviously, look, whatever you're gonna say, I like. So
all those pretty much. Then my mum was pretty much into like David Bowie as well.
Yep, David Bowie.
She loved basically rollers as well.
Okay, now.
Oh, that's very.
So it's a start. So I was like, oh, I quite like this.
I remember my first ever gig. I was 12.
12.
And my dad's one of my favourite bands to this day. I went to see the Wild Arts at Brixton Academy when I was 12 years old.
12 years old.
In '95 with my dad. And
I was 4 in '95, so there you go.
So I remember going to see him, and I was blown away because I just got into the Wild Arts about 8 months. Just got into him, and we went to see him, and I was just blown away. And I was just like, wow, you know. And I remember forgetting my dad. You know, back then. My dad was like what, 36, 37, and he's like fucking crowd surfing through the crowd surfing. No, it was probably it was probably about 40. And he's my dad, like in his 40s, like crowd surfing for for fucking the Wild Arts. It was incredible. I was like, Jesus Christ. And I remember my second ever proper big show as well was '98. And it was the first time I saw Motorhead. And I'll tell you what, I went back to school. We saw him on a Wednesday night, and I went back to school the next day. I was deaf for 3 days.
Well, that Motorhead does that.
I was fucking deaf, and and the teachers talked to me. I was like, all I hear was shh. I was like, what?
Have you done?
Hey,
Like,
do you know how?
Do you know the answer to this question? Shh. What?
Yeah, exactly. And they were like, you're good at maths, because I don't what? I don't know.
I'm not good at maths. I'm crap at that.
Because the thing is, it's really funny because the English teacher was a Motorhead fan, and he went, what's wrong with you today? And I was like, I saw Motorhead. It was like yesterday, like a day ago. He was like, now I know why you're not concentrating. He goes, I've seen Motorhead a few times. I make you go deaf. I was like, yes, they do. I was like, yes, fucking do. But yeah, that was great. I mean, what was one of your first metal gigs?
Yeah.
My first gig was when my dad and my mum went to take us to see Queen and Paul Rodgers. That was my first concert. My first metal one was Lamb of God.
Nice.
I can't remember what year it was because I am so out of sync with the years now. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm like that. I'm trying to remember because the first proper show I went to was Bryan Adams at the.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that was my mum's a Bryan Adams fan, and she took me, my nan, and my brother. This was 2003, so this is around the time I got into metal.
Stuff.
Yeah, so this time I got into metal.
The thing is, you're going to be surprised. I've seen Status Quo live.
I've never seen Status Quo live.
Huh?
I've never seen Status Quo live.
I have, and to be honest with you, everyone laughs at them, but they're still going.
They're still going,
50 years.
Yeah, because this was 2003. It was at the Ashton Gate Bristol City football ground.
That's really cool.
And Yeah, no, he was brilliant. And then my
I'm
first
trying-
metal show
Well-
was Motorhead, and then like 2 months after that, it was Cradle of Filth in Southampton.
Fucking Cradle of Filth, man.
Because that was the only time up till last year I saw Bloodstock last year. Because I thought,
Yeah, we missed
2005, so I'll go watch him again.
Don't talk about Bloodstock last year because
No.
when we went Bloodstock last year, we were playing the Sunday.
Yeah, I watched you.
Yeah, but the thing that really annoyed me about that, Cradle of Filth was playing on Saturday. Was supposed to play on a Saturday, and then the high winds they cancelled because the winds were really bad on the main stage. Remember?
They were horrible.
So they played on a Sunday, and we missed them because we played. Cradle of Filth came on after us on the other stage, and we were doing interviews, and I could hear him in the background when I was doing interviews. I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, me and Greg were doing our interviews. Becca was doing interviews with Sam somewhere else, and I could hear him. I was like, "Oh man, we're missing Cradle of Filth." Shit. But it's just the way it is. You know, when you're in a band, they ask you to do interviews. You do them.
Yeah, of course.
But I like Cradle of Filth, but I don't like his vocals now. I think it's too
Danny
high.
Filth, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't scream as good as he used to.
No, I got their first album on CD, like their very first one.
I have it on tape.
Okay, how old is this guy? How old is he?
He's younger than me.
Yeah.
For like 2 years.
Oh, that makes sense.
But the thing is, it's like when I've gone to gigs, I mean, what was your favourite? I'm going to ask you a question now, right, Jake? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm asking us, but who was your favourite band of last year of Bloodstock?
Favourite band of last year? Oh,
At Bloodstock, though.
out of Bloodstock. Hang on, I'm going to have to get my cup.
Oh no.
There you
What
go.
have you done, Jake?
What we done? Okay, who we got? Well, there's all the main bands on here. Let's see. I can't just pick one. That's the thing.
You have to pick one, just like you know your favourite ones that are there.
Yeah.
Favourite ones that were there.
You can't really pick one.
Hypocrisy.
Sorry.
Hypocrisy from Sweden. Love them. What else? Really enjoyed Metal Church.
We didn't watch them, did we? We missed them. We saw a little bit.
Sabaton I really enjoyed.
Mm.
Sabaton.
Huh?
Sabaton.
Oh,
I know. I could.
do you want to hear a story about this? It's really funny because
Yeah, go for it before we get on to the other ones.
our guitarist, bless him, he couldn't make all weekend because his job. I don't want to mention what job he's got because you know, but he was at his job and he couldn't come all weekend. And he kept telling me, "Oh yeah, you can use it. That's fine." He kept telling me, "No, don't be silly." He kept telling me, he was like, "Go and see Sabaton. Go and see Sabaton. Go and see Sabaton. Go and see Sabaton. Please go and see Sabaton. I'm not going to be there. Please see Sabaton." And what did we not do? We did not see Sabaton.
We didn't.
And we got really drunk by the tent. And he messaged me, said, "Did you watch Sabaton?" I said, "No."
No.
And when he came on Sunday, he came down on Sunday and he was having a go at us.
I know it was.
For not seeing Sabaton.
He was really angry when he
Oh,
did.
'cause
He was
my
like,
mate
"Why did you not
Alex-
see him?"
Yeah,
He
because
goes,
my mate
"They've
Alex.
they've got a, well, they drive the
A tank.
a tank.
They got a tank on
Watch
stage.
them.
Yeah, because my mate asked me to watch Power Warfare one before them.
I was gutted I
Don't
didn't
talk
see
to her
him.
about Powerwolf that
Well,
day.
it was kind of my fault, really, because I was like, I'll see him another time.
So basically, we went to basically.
Well,
we
I
went
say
to-
you fucked up.
No, we went to go and see a mate's band. They was on the second stage. Countless Skies was on the same time.
Yeah. Oh, I think I missed their set. I was just like,
So
ah,
we
crap.
watched Countless Skies.
But Power
I saw another mate's band, Anakim.
Sorry.
I saw Anakim because that's why I left during Power Wolf to go see Anakim on the New Blood
okay
stage.
then.
Well, we and then I'm trying to think. I don't know. There were so many good bands last year at Bloodstock. I have to say, and this is controversial, but I thought Parkway Drive smashed it.
I thought they were
Well,
good.
obviously they are on the cup.
Hey!
I thought Parkway Drive really smashed it that
They
weekend.
were very good.
Yeah,
Plus we had-
I don't listen to Parkway that much. I got a mate who's really into him.
Yeah.
I caught him. I don't really listen to them that much anymore. But when I was watching their set, I was like, wow, this is absolutely amazing. Because then I went to the Sophie stage, and I'm trying to remember who was on the Sophie stage the same night they were. Oh, crap. I can't remember. But
No, none of us can remember.
I remember we went to...
brain cells are fucked.
Was it 2017 that Judas Priest played?
I'm actually just going to get bloodstock up because why not?
Oh, last year, wasn't it? So,
2017? No,
Let's
it
get
wasn't.
lineups.
No, last year we played last year.
2019.
What year was it Judas Priest played? Was it 2017 or 18?
2018.
Was it?
Yeah.
They were good, actually.
Yeah, Judas Priest. That was my second time seeing them because I saw them download 2015.
I remember we went download and we saw Black Sabbath and it just pissed down for the whole of their set.
But
Yeah, I was there that year.
Yeah, because they started off with, what was the song they started off with?
Black Sabbath.
No, it wasn't Black Sabbath.
No,
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Look. Well, since we're on this shit, I'm just gonna type the set list. Why not?
I just remember.
This is what we're doing, people of the YouTube lands.
It was really bright and they came on in this massive.
I'll just
black
put download
album.
2016.
Here we go. And you know the
There we
intro
go.
is raining?
I know what this
It's
is.
like raining as the intro came in. I was like, fucking hell, this is scary. And it literally pissed down for the whole of the set, didn't it?
Apparently, the song they opened with was called "The End," but really, it's Black Sabbath that they opened with.
Yeah.
It was the beginning.
Well, the tour's called "The End," so
It was a really good
first
set.
song was Black Sabbath. Then it went "Fairies Wear Boots," "After Forever," "Into the Void."
Another good performance. Becca was wishes she was there. 2009 download Slipknot.
That was amazing.
That set was spot on.
Just have to rub it in.
I've got on DVD, so it's all
Oh,
right.
there.
All right, fuck off.
I remember it because I just remember when he told everyone to get the fuck down, and everyone got down, and it was like the biggest thing ever. There was 80,000 people just getting down. And the minute he said jump the fuck up, everyone literally. I felt I felt really bad because I jumped up.
I was near the front.
Back of the head.
I was near the front for that on the left side.
Was you there?
I was there. I went
good,
with my
wasn't
dad. I went with my dad because I couldn't go by myself.
And I remember that year because everyone really pissed me off because I was Limp Bizkit were good that year as well. Limp Bizkit were fantastic.
Yeah, I only went Saturday and Sunday. Yeah.
Limp Bizkit were brilliant that year. And we went to Solid Sphere 2014 for the day.
I was there.
What, 2014?
Hey!
Yep. We saw, was it Baby Metal?
We saw Baby Metal. We saw Carpet.
Deftones.
Yeah, cause, well, I missed a lot of Friday because my mate had to go and get money from the bank, which was the cooperative
This
bank.
one tried.
But the only cooperative bank we could find was in Luton, so we had to go from Networth to Stevenage.
This one
had to go from Networth to Stevenage, and then from Stevenage to Luton.
This one tried to sneak in on the Sunday.
It didn't work, obviously.
You know how easy to sneak in at fucking.
So I used to work I used to work in the house. I know the pin codes at the gates.
So you knew people sneaked in.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Well, I
Apparently, it was really easy to sneak in. Becca tried and it didn't work.
I did it the wrong way.
You did it the wrong way and you failed.
Our old vocalist before Becca was our vocalist. They tried to get in, and I think Nathan got pissed on.
Oh.
He rolled in piss, tried to get
I
in.
did.
Well, oh god.
It's had a shit exit.
Well,
Yeah.
because Slayer was playing that year as well.
Oh, Slayer were really good that day.
Yeah, because
weren't
me
they?
and
Anthrax
Anthrax as well.
was
Oh well, we missed Anthrax on the Friday because of we were in Luton trying to he was getting money out, and then we just did like half a pub crawl. For whatever bloody reason, but there you go.
He was in Luton.
Yeah, and then we went from Luton back to Stevenage, went to Tesco's, he bought like a raspberry sambuca, and then some cheap ass Coke, poured it down the drain, and then filled up with sambuca.
Was that 2014?
Yeah, that was 2014.
Was that a Friday?
Yes, that's when.
Becca worked at that Tesco in Stevenage.
Hang on, which Tesco did you go to?
One round the corner from the festival.
I think, yeah.
That's where Becca used to work.
I used to work,
and she worked that night. She
I know,
worked
and
that Friday
I
night.
couldn't get that blooming.
We were there
weekend
during
off.
like late afternoon, early evening.
Yeah, you was working that day. You was up to like 9 o'clock.
It was horrible.
Because I was at Becca's.
I think
we were going on a Saturday, and I was at Becca's parents' house.
6:30, 7 o'clock, maybe.
Yeah, because Becca messaged me saying I can hear Limp Bizkit doing their cover of Rage Against the Machine, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually.
What's the song called? Oh, what is this? There's a famous song.
Is that?
Yeah, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. That song.
Killing in the name.
It allows swearing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to swear, but
no, you can swear on it. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's
what's
fine.
that song called?
Now with
what is that song? Goes fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
It's called Killing in the Name.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, they played that. Becca messaged me.
It's from Rage Against the Machine's debut album, so.
Yeah.
The thing is, I love Limp Bizkit. I think they're great.
No,
I don't think they get the praise.
As soon as me and my mate got back into the campsite, dumped our stuff off that we bought that day, they were playing Rolling. And I was just going like this, keep rolling.
2011, when they were there, someone was up a tree when the Rolling came on. He was doing that for getting us up a tree and fell about 60 foot to the death.
Oh my
goodness.
What year is it that Airborne played?
Oh.
Was that 2012? And he got on top of the
Remember Airborne being there in 2014 because my mate was passing out.
Yeah, because he used to climb up. And apparently we watched Download, because Download wasn't on this year, but they interviewed him for this Download TV thing. And he said in his contract he's not allowed to climb up things anymore because it can...
It's a health and safety.
It's a health and safety thing, so he's not allowed to do it anymore. Oh. But it was cool when he did it at the time. But I suppose he did pretty. Yeah, when you've got adrenaline, you don't care, do you? Just fucking go for it. Oh, yeah. But then the security, like, oh shit!
Because that year, it was the last day of Sonosphere 2014. It wasn't open yet, the main stage, and as soon as it opened, because Gojira was the first band on that day, on the Sunday, they opened it, and everyone just ran to the main stage. Everyone just ran.
They were one of my favourite bands of 2000.
Yeah, they were one of my favourite bands of that.
When they played Bloodstock, that drum solo, fuck me.
Well, first time I saw Gojira actually was Bloodstock 2010.
Fucking hell.
They've been a band for a long time.
And they've been a band for about, what, 30 years, I think?
Quite a long time now, yeah.
Yeah.
My dad knows that. I said to my dad yesterday, I went to see my dad yesterday, he's a metalhead. He was like, you heard of Gojira? I was like, Jay, of course I have. They've been a band for a long time. But what annoys my dad is, in the last 6 years, they've only got, like, everyone knows who they are. They've been a band for a long time, but the last 6-7 years, the whole craze has literally just gone to them. But my dad said to me they deserved it before that, because they've always been a good band. Yeah. But that's what annoys my dad about metal these days, because everyone goes, yeah, this band's like, yeah, they're like 20 years old. They were fucking going when I was like 20, 30 years ago. What pisses my dad off? I like Venom, and they've been going on for like 30, 35 years, 40 years.
Yeah, about
Venom. Venom are great. And
I got caught on the camera for Devin Townsend that year at Sonosphere.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Did he play Sonosphere? Did you say Sonosphere?
Yeah, Devin Townsend played Sonosphere.
What year was that?
2014.
What?
He was on the main stage.
What day was that?
The same day as Gojira.
Was that Sunday?
Yeah. He was there.
There you go, Sunday. I bet you wish you went now.
Oh yeah.
We were literally.
Oh,
it might have been the day before. Well, it was Sonosphere. I know that.
It wasn't that late.
There's a picture of me putting my horns up to the camera, and my mate Chris is like.
Are you going? Are you going Bloodstock next year?
Yeah, I'm going. Obviously,
we just finished off our tickets. And
Plus, I'm doing the Rock Society membership just for that. Was meant to be for this year, but now they're doing it next year.
What was really good last year? We got
to go backstage. So I can go to the Serpents there and get some really good beers.
It was so funny when we played last year. They were like, "You've got backstage tickets. You can go backstage and go to the VIP bar." And we were. It was so funny. I couldn't believe it. Me, Becca, and Greg and Sam were trying to sort of equipment. We were right behind the main stage.
No, we were.
And we saw all these like big fucking like lorry, like, all the big bands. Sabaton would literally, I think we saw Sabaton's van.
Yeah,
They
I
were
think we
parked
did.
up.
Yeah, no, we did.
That was me, you, and Sam, because we went the wrong way on the Friday. They played on the Friday, and we got told that we can walk into the, because we didn't know what we can do, because it was the first time we played there as a band.
So we're like, oh.
And it was like, you can just walk into the VIP bar, and we didn't realise. We got quite drunk, so we didn't realise. I said to Becca, I was like, why the fuck up? And looked round, and we were behind the main stage, and we saw Sabaton's like massive like trailer. And we was like, shit.
That was crazy.
It's like Sabaton's trailer. And then I got absolutely I was like, what the fuck? And we felt like we shouldn't be there.
I know, we're like, oh.
We felt like we sneaked in, and the guy was like, no, you're not sneaking in. You've got the back. You can walk around. But we didn't know that. We were still like, shit, we're not used to this. We felt like we sneaked in by accident. And every time we went to do the VIP bar, me and Becca felt like we were sneaking in.
I know, we're like,
even though the guy was like, yeah, you've got the pass, it's fine, just walk in.
It's fine, if you've got the pass, you can go in.
It was crazy. And then we, because the Sun, who headlined on the Sunday?
Scorpions.
We saw their
Yes.
bus as well. We saw their tour bus as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we were like, because that was when Greg said, oh, look, it's Scorpions tour bus. And we turned around, it was just there. We was like, fuck.
I know. Crazy.
And I think I was gutted because the Wild Arts played that week, and they're one of my favourite bands, and I never got to meet them. And who met them? It was
the guy from Chrysler, the
bassist from Chrysler. Yeah. And he took a picture that day, and I was like, bastard. You fucking bastard. Which Chrysler are a really good band. We played them a couple of times. They're really good.
Yeah, they're good.
But I think, who was your major disappointment of last year, Bloodstock?
Oh,
major disappointment. Oof. Oh, I don't know.
I can't mention who. I'm not going to mention who I thought was disappointed.
I don't.
I'll say a big band, but I can't say a small
probably a
band.
couple, but I'm not going to name them.
That's what the thing is. I can't name this band. Becca knows what I'm talking about, but I can't name them because.
So you say this question and.
It's very difficult because you don't want to say the name, but I know what band that really disappointed me the most, but I can't say it because I just can't. And you can't say it because you don't want to do that on
No, you don't really want to do it, so...
I can't, but I know the band that I really like, I do like, they really did disappoint me, and I was like, okay. But I've been to a lot of live shows, just like when I went to see Weezer. They were great the first time. Second time I saw them, they were awful. They were just awful.
Oh,
I saw Placebo. When I saw Placebo, the first time they were really good. Second time, Singer was really drunk. He kept falling over, and he forgot his words. And I was like, you know, when you're like, and you walk. First time I saw Marilyn Manson, awful, absolutely awful. Saw at Dallow 2009. I thought he was crap.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking that because the first time I saw him was 2007. He was brilliant. Second time was on 2009. I didn't like
he was crap. He wasn't great, was he? He was really pissed as well.
He was pissed and.
Do you remember that day? Because he was the day when he threw something at the drummer, didn't he? He got pissed off at the drummer.
Yeah, I didn't even see that he threw anything at the drummer.
He got annoyed. He threw something at the drummer because the drummer made a mistake or whatever. And I was just like, a lot of people walked off halfway through his set.
Fuck's sake.
And I love Marilyn Manson. Don't get me wrong. I think Marilyn Manson is great. He's wrote some really good songs. I've seen him twice. The first time he was crap. The second time he was great. But you're always going to go and see a band where you see, like, say, 8 times in a row, and you always get one bad performance. I'm not being funny.
Well, it happens.
Jackal's Backbone has done it. We played and we thought, well, that was awful. But then this next show, everyone's like, you were really good. But it's just the way it is.
Yeah, it just happens.
It's not even about a bad performance. It's about what you can hear on. As you're a musician, as you know, it's what you can hear on stage. If you can't hear nothing,
yeah, that's the thing.
When you're on stage and you can't hear nothing, it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
As they say, the show must go on.
Show must go on. So, who came up with the band name?
Even though you're making mistakes, but you should do it anyway.
Yeah, there's mistakes, obviously, but you learn from them.
Yeah, definitely.
So, who came up with the name Jackal's Backbone?
Oh, well, hello, Chris Everett. How's it going? Our original
What's it?
guitarist is not in the band anymore. My friend Chris was the original member. I had met up with him. And I said, I need to do a band. I'm bored of doing punk music. I just want to do something like heavy. And he was like, okay, we could do a jam. And then Becca, we met up with Becca. And then we did a jam, which was Merrick was the original vocalist. And then what happened was we just sat in the studio. We did a few covers. We did what was it?
We did Soulfly
Soulfly Bleed.
I remember that.
And then we did Every Time I Die.
No, yeah, we did. Yeah.
What's the song Every Time I Die?
Werewolf.
Werewolf.
Yeah.
And then we all went to the pub, and we was all sitting there, and like we were thinking about a name because obviously we got the band together, and we started, this is the first time, and then we were trying to think of a name, and we all went, and we couldn't think of a name. We had a few beers and whatever, as we should do. And I think Chris the next day just saying, "What about Jackal's Backbone?"
Yeah, he came up with it from I think he said it was a book. I can't remember what book it was, but it was like a line in there where it stuck out to him, which was Jackal's Backbone. So we were like, oh, that's pretty good.
And then the history goes like this. Basically, it was me, Becca, Chris, and Merrick, and then Chris. We were a band. We went into the studio. Before we went to the studio, Merrick wasn't ready, so Merrick left, and then we got another vocalist called Nathan, and he did the vocals. Then we went into the studio, recorded our first 2-track demo, which was not great. It cost a lot of money. It cost a bit of money. And then we recorded it, and then we hated the recording after. No, not the record. No, it wasn't the recording. It was more of the process of the recording, which was really frustrating for me as a drummer.
You just said that.
It wasn't a bad recording. It was just more of the No, wait. It was more of the process. It was very stressful, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, they can be stressful. Yeah.
The guy we were working with, the studio we worked with was a really nice studio. The guy there is brilliant. But the guy we was working with, he was more into his like sort of indie hip hop stuff. So he wasn't a metalist. So it was a bit difficult. So when we recorded, he was like, "So how did your tempos go?" I was like, "Goes up, down, up and down, up and down, slow and up and down again." And he couldn't, he tried his best. And then Jackals went from that. Then we broke up for about 4 months.
About that.
And then we got the band back together. It was me, you, Nathan, and Chris again.
Yeah.
And then Chris joined Outright Resistance.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, Outright Resistance. Yeah, Chris joined them, and then we decided to carry on without him. And then we had Mitch on guitar for a bit, and he wrote like 10 Miles Out and Black Dog. And then he left, and then we got Odin on guitar.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking about the whole history here. Sorry.
I know, it was like
it's all good.
About the whole
Sorry, I didn't mean to start the whole history here, but
no, it's good. It's good. So people know.
And then Nathan and I'm not going to go through too much, but basically Nathan and Odin left.
Yeah.
And then Greg and Sam joined.
Yes.
In 2017.
Yeah.
And then Becca wasn't the vocalist; she was the backing vocalist. And then we had we had Jack from Dark's Fixture did a few shows with us. Then we had Richard from Cerberus Unchained did a few shows with us. Yeah. And then in 2018, we announced that Becca was going to be the full-time vocalist. Or 12th of January, your birthday.
Yeah, make it a special
We announced it that day, and then ever since then, it's been the Jackal's back. Don't you know?
There you go. That's the history.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to go for that. But
it's good. No, it's good to.
But yeah, like the
band's history. I like learning about band's history because I learned that from.
We did this.
Sorry, we did their band history as well.
Well, we did discuss about changing the name, but it just sort of stuck.
No, keep the name. I love the name.
We're not going to change it now, but we did discuss about changing the name. But then Greg turned around and said to me, "There's no point because everyone knows this is Jackal's Backbone."
Oh,
so,
definitely.
like going through the years, obviously 2018, we did Metal to the Masses, got knocked out of the quarterfinals. No, 2017 we did quarterfinals, got knocked out when it was the original singer. second singer, sorry. And in 2018, Becca joined, like did the vocals. She was always in the band, but she just wanted to do vocals, and she was always the bass player in the band. Then we got knocked out of quarterfinals again, and then 2019 we got all the way to the final.
Yeah.
And then came second, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, we got runners up, which in our eyes is still a winner.
Well, we still played
We still played Bloodstock, so it was a bit of a winner. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very difficult. To be honest with you, you've been to Metal Masses heats. They're really difficult, aren't they?
They're really difficult.
I mean, for the first round, the quarterfinals and semi-finals, the crowd decide and vote who wants to go through. The final's different because Simon Hall is just one person and he runs the festival. He decides who.
And he's amazing.
No, he is
So
amazing.
good, so
Amazing.
good.
Simon Hall's amazing.
And also Simon Hall. I hope he's feeling better.
Yeah. Hope Simon. I hope you're feeling better because saw the video. Yeah, don't want to see you like that again, mate.
No, definitely not.
And I'm hoping. Well, Bloodstock's will be better next year because it's 5 days.
Yeah, I was literally going to say that as well. It's like it's not starting on Thursday. It's starting on a Wednesday.
I
was going to say it's not Thursday anymore. It's Wednesday.
So, are we going to party together, Jake?
Of course, we're going to party. Well, I'm going to be camping in Midgard again as usual because the first one it was Asgard because I camped there from 2010 to 2016, and then been camping in Midgard from 2017 till pretty much now. Well, would have been camping this year, but now I have to wait till next year now. So I have to
we're gonna
10th and 11th year next year.
Or Jake, we're gonna have to go in a minute if that's all right. Sorry about this.
Yeah.
So sorry, mate, for cutting short and everything. But
it's all good.
well, hopefully we'll be seeing you at Beermageddon if it's on this year.
But before you go, if people want to buy your merch and stuff and other things and blah blah, where can people get them?
It is. You can go on our Bandcamp.
Yes.
So you just search Jackal's Backbone on Bandcamp, or go on our Facebook, which is Jackal's Backbone it's Facebook/Jackal's Backbone, and then the link is on our About Me, which is on there, and you can buy. We've got our Dead Prey t-shirts. You've got the normal the logo t-shirts. We've only got a few left of. Actually, you only got a few copies left.
Yeah, because I got the logo.
And we've only, to be honest with you, we've only got 5 copies left of the.
I know we do. Yes.
Of the Terrorize EP. But we've got about 25 copies of the live album still as well.
Yeah.
So.
The Beermageddon one, yeah. So get that. Which
is there. We're actually giving that away as a competition, and that competition ends next Saturday. So all we've got to do is go on our Facebook page, and you'll see it on there. And it's like all we've got to do is like the link and share it, and you can win a copy of it.
So there you go, people. There's so many questions I want to ask you. I'll try and get through them quick.
That's right.
No, Jake's just like, it's me.
No, it's good that you talk, because sometimes I run out of things to talk about. So if there was any other, if there's big bands you wanted to support, who would they be? Like
me, Nervosa and Arch Enemy.
Of course, you love Nervosa.
I have to say, for me,
I love Nervosa as well.
Oh God, this is going to be really difficult. It's got to be Soulfly.
Soulfly, yeah, I can see that.
Or there's another one. It's a couple. Machine Head.
Yeah, I can see that. And with Nervosa as well. I forgot to say.
And this is a really big one. Metallica.
I knew you were going to say that.
yeah, it's like Jackal's Backbone. So you hear Becca go, and then you see James going, yeah. I'll just be like this. With a bit like, okay, this was an odd lineup, but it worked.
Also, another band that I'm going to throw in there would be Avatar as well.
Yeah,
Avatar. Yeah. I saw them at Bloodstock 2014. I think they played when I saw them last.
2015 or 16.
15.
14.
No, we didn't go down like 2004. It
Bloodstock
was
2014.
It was 2015. It was either 2015 or 16. But they were.
It might have been whichever. I don't know.
And also it'd be really cool to support Rob Zombie as well.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I saw Rob Zombie 2015 at Bloodstock. Yeah.
But not 5 Finger Death Punch.
Oh, for God's sake, shut up. You should would.
About them last time on the last episode.
Or Carcass would be quite good.
Carcass?
Carcass would be great.
And
But Soulfly, as I say, Soulfly would be great to support. Like, especially meet Max Cavalera. He's one of my heroes.
I got to see Soulfly at the Fleece, but I didn't get to meet Max. I met his son, who was playing drums.
Oh, no.
Well, we Soulfly were brilliant at Bloodstock last year.
But I met his stepson, who's the vocalist in another band.
Oh,
Inside.
Yeah, I met his stepson. I asked him, what's it like having Max as a stepdad? He said, yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's like your dad was in one of the biggest bands from Brazil, so there you go.
Sepultura were good with him.
Yeah,
Sepultura were. This is my opinion about Becca. Always gets a bit funny about this. She agrees with me though. Sepultura were the best with Max Cavalera and Eagle.
Max and Eagle Cavalera.
And when he left, they went the same. That's just my opinion.
I like some stuff for Derek, but I go back to the old stuff. I only got stuff from their first album, Morbid Visions.
Oh, I love that album.
An early sort of black metal thrash sort of album. And then you go to Roots, so you can see how their sound has changed.
Great.
So
Roots
I got it from 86 to 96. So I only got
I'll tell you what, Chaos AD is a good album, and Beneath the Remains.
Beneath the Remains got that. I got Morbid Visions, Schizophrenia, Beneath the Remains, Arise. Well, not Arise.
Arise is such a good album.
I was gonna call the albums I'm doing now is Arise. I'm doubting myself. Stop doubting yourself. Chaos AD, of course. Roots, that's it. I don't have any of those.
Yeah, I don't like the new stuff after. That's just my opinion because
if you were going to make
you can't beat
the old stuff. Yeah, you can't beat the old stuff. And I was going to ask the last question before you bugger off.
Sorry.
If you were to make a beer, what would you call it? Or any sort of drink.
Like that one.
Beer, cider, a gin, a rum.
Do you know what? If you want my opinion,
no.
If this person was in charge, he's not here today, that would be Greg's choice.
That is definitely.
And it wouldn't be a beer. I think it'd be a rum if it was Greg.
If it is it'd be a rum or an ale.
Because Greg's a proper pirate.
Yeah.
So it'd either be an ale or it'd be a
an ale
or a rum.
Yeah, Greg, he's
I don't know what we will call it, but I think if we ever got told you guys can do a rum or an ale, I think Greg's like, hello, this is me, this is where I shine now. And I think he would be the one to name it because he loves his ale and he loves his rum.
Do it. Yeah, I
can't think of a name really.
I would have just said either Tear My Eyes Out or World in Darkness rum. Something like that.
Red Mist Ascended would be quite a good name for a drink.
Even that.
It's red.
Or Red Mist. Red Mist would be quite good actually.
Yeah, just
Red Mist.
Just advertise it like this. Red Mist rum by Jackal.
Yeah, like Red Mist rum. That'd be quite cool.
If you don't buy it, I'll tear my eyes out.
Oh, see, Tear My Eyes Out could be like an ale.
Yeah, an ale, tear my eyes out. I'll buy both rum and ale. So there you go.
Nice.
Well, one day, if we got the money, we could do it. But at this route, it's not going to happen. Mind you, though, Motorhead released a few beers. And
I had the Road Crew as a Christmas present.
Was it nice, by the way? Is it nice?
Yeah, it's really nice because I drank it a lot at Fuel Rock Club in Cardiff.
Is it expensive?
Not that expensive, not in the pub, but
because we knew that Asda was selling it, and we went to go and get it. It was sold out. Asda got it, and me and Becca went down there. And it was all sold out. I was like, "Fuck!" I was really gutted.
Oh well, that's one.
You can't get the JD bottle, but it says Lemmy on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's like a special edition version for like.
I think people should call JD and Coke a Lemmy now because that was his drink of choice.
Well, when we went to the Red Lion, they did in Stevenage. They did like a big thing for him about a year later, didn't they? And they called it the Lemmy.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Yeah, well, because that was what he drank a lot.
Like, someone said JD and Coke. I was like, excuse me. And I was like, oh, a Lemmy, please. I was like, that's the one.
Yeah.
Then later other videos you saw of him, he was drinking vodka and orange juice.
Yeah, true. He was.
Because I think his
Said
doctor
that was
told him
keep.
to
He said
stop
that was.
drinking Coke.
What I loved about that conversation, they said to him, "So what are you using to like sort of like to lose weight and like to be fit?" He goes, "I'm just drinking vodka and orange juice."
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, I
what?
saw one video of him when he was drinking a Lemmy. I'm calling it a Lemmy now, in honor of the man himself. He had his JD and he just opened a can of Coke and just went, just poured it in. I was like,
He's nuts.
legend, absolute legend.
I to be honest, if you want me to be honest with you, the day he died, I cried my eyes out. To be fair,
Yeah, when I saw that, my heart dropped, my blood just went cold and everything.
I remember woke up Becca. She was half awake.
I was just like,
You called me at like
me and Heather went to Starbucks in Gloucester because she was going to work, and this is when I was unemployed at the time. Someone just dropped into my cup. Get on a minute. I just went on my tablet and saw that Lemmy has passed away, and I was like,
No.
he only turned 70 on the 24th. What the fuck?
Yeah. I remember because I told Becca, I rung her up. She's like, "What?" And I was like, "Lemmy died from motor." She's like, "What?" And then you told your dad, didn't you? And he was sort of looked up in the air. Your dad looked up in the air, didn't he?
That's just nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, my heart dropped, my blood went cold, and
I was about to go to bed that night at our old singer's house, our ex-singer's house, and then we was about to go to bed. I said, "Oh, the singer Lemmy's just died from motor." He was like, "What?" And then we just got like he had a bottle of JD. We went to my mate's house, his mate's house around the corner. We stayed up to like 6 a.m. just drinking.
I got something of Lemmy's because when I saw him in 2009 Motorhead, when I saw him in 2009 at the Bristol Colston Hall, he had a bunch of picks. They were purple picks with his logo on the back. Well, his signature on the back, sorry. Motorhead logo, his signature on the back. He just threw them out. My hand was like that, and I just grabbed one. As soon as he just threw a bunch out, I just grabbed one. So I got a Motorhead pick with his signature on the back. So I'm dead happy about that. And on that note, thank you for tuning in. Jake's Metal Chat. Thank you for being another guest of mine.
That's all good. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you, Jake.
Welcome.
I hope you get drunk over the weekend.
Well, that's the plan. I'm hoping to meet up with Alex at his house on Saturday, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, then, mate. Have a good one.
Front garden, but he says, "Oh, it's quite small, my front garden."
I'm still firm.
Yeah, I'll bring my camping chair.
Have a good one, Jake. I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have a normal chat.
See you later, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Bye. Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
Well, there you go. Probably a bit shorter than usual. Let them do all the chatting. Why not? Thank you for tuning in to Jake's Metal Chat episode 9. There will probably be some more of these. Probably going to drink some few more beers. I've got another beer here. No, I'll probably drink that. Maybe not. I don't know yet. What I'm talking about, because I'm going to drink it. Ooh, probably a bit more of an exciting episode for this one. I'll just end it with, there'll be more more of these videos soon. When I get more guests confirmed, let you know about Herbicidal, Avintel, my other projects. I mentioned my Doom band, and I've got a death metal band, and to sort out stuff for my radio show. Once I've got it sorted out, once it's up, I'll let you know where you can find it and everything. And I'll end it here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Keep in contact with those around you, your friends, your family, and just have an awesome time over the weekend. Keep supporting metal. And I hope Bill, Chuck, Billy. I said Billy, Bill, Chuck, Billy, Steve Giorgio, all the guys from Testament, the crew, everybody around them is staying safe. I hope they're well. I hope they recover from this coronavirus. Simon Hall, I hope you're doing okay as well. Because when I saw that video, I was just like, oh man, a legend such as Simon Hall shouldn't feeling like absolute crap. Same with Steve DiGiorgio and Chuck Billy, Gene Hoglan, all the guys from Testament, Exodus, Death Angel, every band that I love. If you've been ill, you've had the symptoms, and you have recovered, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope, who knows, I might actually be able to have some other bands like them on Jake's Metal Chat, maybe. I don't know yet. CD collection videos are in the works, vinyl collection, tape collections, and band related news, music related news, and just all in all music related news. So thank you very much. Sorry for prattling on. Take care of yourselves, and have fun this weekend.